Welcome, adventurer, to another FK perspective. Today, he's not a special guest, but I'm coincidentally playing with Vechs. He's a guy that plays on the Minecraft server for Minecraft, and apparently plays League of Legends too. I didn't know it was this Vechs, but in the lobby he pointed out like, "Ooh, I have a YouTube channel and stuff." And I checked it out, and he's that Vechs, 170,000 subscribers. So I was like, "Oh, that's cool." That was pretty interesting. But yeah, welcome to another perspective. This commentary is going to be a lot more analytical because this game was pretty tough. I'm sorry to say that. Spoiler: we didn't win this game. It was a pretty tough game. It was fun, but it was pretty rough. And pretty much one of the important things about losing is examining the game, what you did right, what you did wrong, and kind of pinpoint what you can do better to improve your game style. And as you can see, I'm talking to Vechs right there because I checked out channels like that, and they're like, "Oh, cool, someone knows someone." So that's always fun when you meet someone. There's like, for those of you that don't know, like I play Minecraft a lot, and I do watch some Minecraft guys every once in a while. I don't follow them extensively because of the time issues and whatnot kind of thing, but I have stumbled across upon Vechs occasionally when I'm like examining and whatnot kind of thing.
30
You know,
seconds until minions
looking at
spawn.
different builds, different videos, different let's play styles and stuff like that. So, anyways, getting to the game. One of the issues that I had was with my AD carry. I'm not saying he's a horrible AD carry per se in the sense that, um, he's not toxic. He wasn't toxic. I did my best not to bash or anything like that. But there were some issues I had with him, and I'll point some of them out right now, or as we go along. But I'm very used to very aggressive, very accurate ADC carry, and for some reason, my ADC carry missed a lot of creeps, minions, and it's actually gonna start off. You're gonna notice like he's a little bit behind, like far back, so I think he's gonna miss the CS. So I'm taking the CS right at that, and there's like a pause. And he's like, "Hey, what the heck, man?" Like he doesn't say that, but he does the retreat thing, which translates to something like, "Hey, back off, stop taking my CS and stuff like that." So I back off, but he still misses a lot of the CS. So it just messed me up because it's like I feel like I should have took the CS and it's just kind of a waste kind of thing. But you'll see. A lot of the early game usually I skip it because it's very boring. But this Vayne and Nidalee have an excellent defense, and their aggression is really good. I'm not used to playing such against a Vayne and a Nidalee that has this excellent zone potential. I know the rather that are good at meeting the potential, the zone potential. But I always knew they have the zone potential and whatnot. But like I'm Lulu, and I have an Israel on my team. I feel like we, to some extent, should be able to exchange really well against them and deal a lot of damage. But one of the reasons obviously is Israel for some reason is having trouble dodging. Like as you can see, they're missing a lot of HP. So that's a huge contributor definitely for why we're not winning the exchanges. I don't know if this guy mains ADC and whatnot, but like the EDCs they usually do it with, like their Vayne and their Nidalee would be half health already. So, and like right there, I moved forward to take the damage and to get some harassment. Perfect opportunity for Israel to deal damage, but instead he backs off. I don't know if he was scared or what, but like Lee Sin already came down, and again he takes another spear right there. And just pay attention to see right there he misses one CS. Misses another CS. He's worried about, like, I was a little bit upset because, again, I'm used to very accurate ADCs when I duel, and like this Nidalee right now, she is zoning me so well. Normally, I would like last hit with my Q and E to make sure I get those creeps and stuff, but like she is positioning herself so well that if I were to engage, I would take a lot of damage and potentially might die. So I have to play safe because obviously I'm worried already about my Israel because for some reason he's playing so inaccurately and kind of scared, and he keeps getting hit from that stuff. And the thing is, in these circumstances, it's kind of hard to be encouraging because it's like, what can I really say? I can't be like, "Hey, Israel, you're missing a lot of your CS. Are you okay? Have a talk. Like, how are you doing?" Or I don't know. But but like when you're missing the CS. It's pretty much up to that person to get better at it, to improve on it and whatnot. To just get in the game basically. So I don't know. He wasn't really in the game or something. Like I don't know this guy personally, so I don't know. Like maybe he's just not good at CS. I have no idea. But yeah, that those were some brutal drawbacks to my lane right off the bat. That you know, skill level, Vayne and Italy, very accurate, very good with the zoning. And my Israel's missing CS. He's playing kind of timidly, and he's getting hit a lot from the spheres basically. So it gave me a pretty big disadvantage. And because their zone's so good, it was really like it was very challenging. It was hard for me to carry the Israel because like I couldn't get in, I couldn't get the creeps, I couldn't harass. Like that Vayne Nidalee right now, full HP. Nidalee hasn't even been have to use heal at this point because I have been able to get harassed because their positioning is so good. My thinking process right now is if I got close enough to harass them, Vayne would roll in, hit me into the wall, Nidalee will combo Q me, and I will lose like all my HP. Obviously, I would lose that exchange in that circumstance. And from the way this is played out already, I can't depend on my Israel off the bat. And I actually make the mistake later. Like I kind of gamble and like, okay, Israel might move in and help. Actually, in my head, he was gonna move in and help. Like that's what I thought. I didn't think he might. I thought he's going to. Like I believed in him, but it didn't, and we lost the exchange. And I believe I ended up getting killed because like I took so much damage, and I underestimated Vayne's chase potential, and she just basically chased me down and killed me. So very, very good Vayne, very good Nidalee for sure. And another hit. That time I eat him because I was like, you know what? You're gonna get hit. I have to eat. But a lot of times I'll kind of like back down on ease. Like I'll like hold my mana so I can save it for harassing and whatnot. But like he was getting hit too much, so it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna burn the ease on you. I don't know what he was thinking. Like maybe, and I'm even blocking it for him now because he's just taking way too much damage. But yeah, I wonder if like a part of him was like, man, this Lulu's never used me like that. And the reason is because I'm used to ADCs that can dodge. Like, not to be mean, but I'd rather use my mana to harass, but I'm having trouble harassing them because they're positioning themselves really good. And yeah, it came to the point where, you know what, I'm not harassing them, you're not dodging, so let me burn my E's on you, like that. So, great first look from Diana. I wasn't watching for what she was doing, so I don't know how that played out and whatnot, but... And yeah, we're losing the lane, obviously. I don't remember when I checked the tab to see what his CS is, but I'm pretty sure his CS is like half of Vayne's. Like it's really low. He's missing a lot of CS. And yeah, he can't really he has to play very cautiously at this point. Like we took way too much damage, and pretty much one roll from Vayne and it's GG. Like he's gonna get locked into the sun. So I like I know I definitely had a hard time because these guys were definitely good. But I felt Israel was missing some fundamentals that I'm used to when I do them. This is where I go into harass, and this is a perfect example of how much harass potential they have and how well they're positioning themselves. I moved into harass, and as you can see, they killed me. Like they weren't even like, you know what, like let's exchange. No, they went all the way in and they killed me. That's what I was worried about the whole way through. And I don't know if I was frustrated or what the deal was for why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to harass them. Maybe the way the creeps lined up, maybe my brain was like, you know what, this is a good opportunity, I'm gonna try. But as you can see, I got punished really bad for trying to exchange. And pretty much pickpocket has been useless this game for me. Typically, I try to abuse the crap out of pickpocket and get as much money as possible. But like, man, that Vayne Nidalee is really good. Like, it might be the lack of skill of Israel, or they might legitimately be good. I don't know. There's no way for me to test it because it's not like I'm going to play against those guys again. If I played with an ADC I'm more familiar with, that's really aggressive, like I'm used to, then maybe we could really test the potential against these two guys right now. But I won't know. But taking from this game, yeah, all I can say is like they had really good positioning, and you know, I can only point out what my ADC's been doing wrong or not. And right here, I don't know why, but this game and several other games, I've been extremely impulsive to body block my teammates. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Like that time it was okay. And the thing, a neat trick in this game, I don't know how many people are aware of it, but you can use the collision box of your champion to slow down another champion, so they can't get to your ADC or to another teammate. And I do that a lot this game. I just keep trying to body block, and it gets me killed a lot. Right here, this is where I believe in my ADC, and he pulls through. He gets a double kill. Unfortunately, their Mundo was right on top of that engage, and his map awareness is really good, and he didn't let us take that to our advantage. But that was a really good play on his part. He was right on the ball, and so I was really happy with that. And that's one of the things, like, you don't want to bash and discourage your teammates, you know? you want to look for opportunities, you know, to feature a carry and to just push forward. And that was a perfect opportunity. I engaged, I took the risk, and it was a great reward because he got 2 kills off of that. He got fed. And then there's Vechs trying to take out Swain. Again, I'm trying to push in, take advantage of the situation, and just get as much kills as possible. Because this is what it takes as a support to carry. You want to feed your team. You want to set up those kills as much as possible. So that's why I'm really aggressive. I got up in there, you know, ulted, because I want to make sure that I lock it down. Or lock the champion down. And things are looking pretty good. At this point, you know, we had a bad start in my lane. But, like, you know, we're pushing this middle lane down. Warwick's on top of being aggressive and locking down people with me, training our CC together. And here it looks like Diana overextended a little bit, but I'm a team player, so whatever your decision is, even if I disagree, I'm gonna go in. And in this circumstance, I went in, I supported her, I shielded her, because that's my mentality. Like, I completely disagree with the decision, I felt she was overextended, but I wanted to be there for her, because something in her intuition made it look like that was a good play from her judgment. So I wanted to support my teammate because it's important to support them. If you don't support your teammates, then it's just chaos, everyone does their own thing, and you get nothing done. So at some point, someone has to make the call. Usually I make a lot of calls and whatnot, but like in that case, Diana made the call. But people are going to make the call. You have the choice to follow them or not follow them. And I tend to follow whatever the calls are because, like, you know, I want to be supportive. And I hope that, you know, the judgment is good and that it falls through, usually. If I have a valid reason to disagree that I have time to explain, I will. But in that circumstance, it's either do or die, basically. Their game sense, Bang Nilly, is so good. Like, as soon as Lee showed up, they backed off, they retreated. There wasn't really any way to catch them. And I'm out of mana at this point. Yeah, so I can't even lock them down. This was scary. I thought Israel was gonna die from the trap. But he survived. I didn't have my E up because I was out of mana. But yeah, he didn't die, so it was okay. Up top, Warwick and Diana are trying to get a double kill here. But Mundo and Jace do a good job at holding them back. And oh, they got swing. I did not recall that. Or it's just a different thing, actually. Because the old footage. Oh, right here. I tell my ADC, hey, you know what, guy? I'll hold bot, and you can go help if you want. Because I've done 2v1 before, but I underestimated their chase power, and I didn't expect them to do so much damage, and then chase me past the tower. So that was a mistake on my part that made me lose a lot of living time. And Warwick is coming, trying to turn us around, but their mobility is making it very difficult. Mundo chases down Israel. I believe, yeah, I pinged Mundo. I was trying to get Warwick's attention and be like, you know what, don't chase, save the ADC. It's kind of hard to explain with that much short time. But I tend to prioritize keeping your teammates alive over getting kills. Obviously, there's some circumstances where it's probably more important to get the kills because you're getting more money that way. But I think at this point, because Vayne's ahead, I'd want our ADC to catch up or get ahead and whatnot. Right here, I don't know if it was like a brain fart or whatnot, but I really wanted to ult myself for one to give me the extra HP to survive. I think I could have survived that. And two, to still keep the stun lock with the potential of getting Warwick out there too. But yeah, I even make a comment right now. But for some reason, I ulted Warwick. I don't know if it's lack of sleep or something, but sometimes, yeah, the brain just like malfunctions, and again, he doesn't dodge the thing. But that sucks. It's one of those things where you just have to discipline yourself. And I did play another game after this one. I did do a lot better in terms of focus. So I have no idea why I messed that up. That was a pretty bad mess up for ultimating Warwick instead of myself. And again, baiting Mundo here. I use my flash to dodge his Q so it doesn't kill me. But my goal is to draw their attention and, you know, just basically capitalize on that attention by trying to secure as many kills as possible. And I'm just trying to push this, or my team's trying to push this. And unfortunately, that Swain is just so buff, like you can't, he's like a brick wall, a moving brick wall. It's like Magic of the Gathering, but the wall can move, or attack. Though, that's right, in the latest edition to Magic the Gathering, that you have to have a defender to now be a wall technically, otherwise you can't attack that. I think that's the new rule. It's been a while since I played Magic Settlement, but I thought that was annoying because I was like, I had some enchantment and it was like, haha, all your stuff's walls now, you can't attack me. No. And here I'm trying to do one of my classic last hit Qs. I pulled this off more times than you'd expect. I was surprised that I didn't get my recording. And my whole team's on top of this, so like I don't even have to land that Q. We still got the dragon. That's pretty sick. And that Swain is just not dying. We're unloading everything. And if I remember correctly, Vechz messes up here and ends up ulting the wrong person. So Swain gets away with like 300 HP, unfortunately. And here, the positioning I did, that was not an accident. That was again an impulse in my head that was like, let me body block these guys so they have a hard time kissing the teammates. But it wasn't worth it, obviously, because they still caught up and I died. So I think what's going on from a mental standpoint is my brain is trying to determine when to body lock and when not. Because I love body blocking, but I'm not that pinky, so it's not really the best idea in this game. So for whatever reason, my brain's having a harder time discerning when to do it and when not to. And in this circumstance, obviously, it's not a good idea. I should be keeping my distance and just trying to kite as much as possible. These battles are very deceptive because the enemy team has a really big, like a lot of sustain, basically. Because if my team knew how much sustain they have, I didn't know either. But either way, I'd follow my teammate anyway. But if my team knew how much sustain they had, they'd probably back off. But because like we're basically underestimating them, we engaged that team fight. And we were trying to knock him down. Like I'm not even sure if Swain was in that fight. I can see it right now. But we engaged that, and obviously it looked like at the end of the fight they had taken no damage, basically. Like they just healed. It's because they had so much sustain. And because it's so chaotic, like no one was going after, you know, like the Vayne and whatnot, because there's just so much going on. It is rough. This is a pretty rough game.
Your turret has been destroyed.
This was awesome. Like, Warwick got there, waited patiently, and we just struck and made sure he gets here. We tried to contest this Baron, but it's pretty much too late already. and so we're just struggling to run away. I believe I've body blocked here too, I don't remember. And this we don't expect. Swain teleports in front of us, cuts us all off. It is a really good move that just massacred us. Like, we're taking so much damage, and we can't do anything to him because we're busy trying to run for the rest of his teammates. And still maximum damage from his ultimate. He's just hitting everybody. And we're just struggling to hang on, just trying to stall as much as possible so we can catch up in money. And somehow find a damage output to kill that Swain. But he is just so tanky right now. And this is just overwhelming. I don't have, like, I'm under leveled. I don't have any power to stop this push. I can't kill these creeps. And I'm trying to bait them, as you can see. Vechz took my bait, so I stalled him a little bit, but it was just overwhelming. We couldn't make this win. Yeah, very good game. Unfortunately, we made some brutal mistakes that cost us the game, but you know, win some, lose some, and learn. Until next time, adventurer.